On the outskirts of the quiet town of Ravenwood, an imposing mansion stood hidden among the ancient oaks and overgrown brambles. It was a place that had long been abandoned, shrouded in a sense of dread, but this Halloween night, a group of daring teenagers would venture inside, unaware that they were about to become part of a chilling tale. The mansion was known as Hollowgrove Manor, a grand edifice that had once belonged to the enigmatic Blackthorne family. Its dark reputation was well earned, as stories of eerie apparitions and sinister happenings had circulated for generations. As the moon cast an eerie glow over the mansion, four friends, Ella, Sam, Mia, and Ben, gathered outside its imposing gates, each dressed in elaborate costumes for a masquerade ball they had heard whispers about. They had been drawn to Hollowgrove Manor by rumors of a hidden entrance, a portal to a world of mystery and magic. The massive doors creaked open, as if beckoning them inside. They entered a grand hall adorned with dusty chandeliers and tattered tapestries. At the far end of the hall, an elaborate ballroom awaited, its tables set with goblets of blood-red wine and platters of mysterious, gleaming fruits. Ella, dressed as a mysterious sorceress, led the way, her steps echoing through the cavernous mansion. Sam, in a dashing masquerade mask, clung to her arm, the perfect embodiment of a bygone gentleman. Mia, adorned as a bewitching witch, and Ben, dressed as a daring pirate, followed closely behind. As they reached the ballroom, a haunting melody filled the air, seemingly emanating from nowhere. The room was aglow with a soft, spectral light, and the guests they had expected to meet were strangely absent. Empty masks and costumes lay strewn across the tables, as if waiting for their wearers to arrive. The four friends hesitated, exchanging uneasy glances, but the allure of the masquerade drew them in. They donned the masks and costumes before them, feeling a strange compulsion to do so. The moment they were fully attired, the mansion seemed to come alive. The ballroom was suddenly filled with masked figures, their faces hidden behind ornate masks. They danced to the haunting melody, moving with an otherworldly grace. Ella, Sam, Mia, and Ben joined the dance, their bodies moving of their own accord. As they twirled and swayed, the masks on their faces began to feel heavier, more constricting. Panic surged within them as they realized they couldn't remove the masks, and their costumes had fused to their bodies like a second skin. Desperation set in as they tried to break free from the dance, but it was as if an invisible force controlled their every move. The masked figures around them danced with an eerie precision, their movements synchronized and unnatural. Hours turned into days, and the four friends became prisoners of the cursed masquerade. They danced without rest, their energy waning, and their voices silenced by the relentless melody. The masked figures showed no signs of fatigue, and their eyes held a malevolent glint. As the days turned into weeks, the friends' bodies grew emaciated, and their spirits waned. They were no longer themselves, lost in a never-ending dance that seemed to transcend time itself. One fateful night, a full moon cast its silvery light through the ballroom's windows. The masked figures grew agitated, their movements becoming erratic. In a burst of desperation, Ella, Sam, Mia, and Ben managed to break free from the cursed dance, ripping off their masks and costumes. The mansion trembled, its walls shaking with fury. The masked figures, now revealed as the spirits of the Blackthorne family, closed in on the friends, their faces contorted in rage. It was then that Ella remembered an old legend: the only way to break the curse was to uncover the truth of the Blackthorne family's demise. In a race against time, the friends scoured the mansion for clues, uncovering a hidden diary that chronicled the family's dark secrets. They learned that the Blackthornes had dabbled in forbidden rituals, seeking immortality at a terrible cost. The mansion itself had become a vessel for their restless souls. With the truth revealed, Ella, Sam, Mia, and Ben confronted the vengeful spirits, demanding they release them from the cursed masquerade. The spirits hesitated, their faces filled with sorrow and regret, before finally fading into the shadows. The mansion, once a place of terror, now stood silent and empty. Ella, Sam, Mia, and Ben, free from the curse, fled from Hollowgrove Manor, leaving behind the memories of their chilling ordeal. The cursed masquerade was over, But the legend of Hollowgrove Manor would continue to haunt the town of Ravenwood, serving as a chilling reminder that some mysteries were best left unsolved, and some invitations were best left unanswered.